Hi everybody, I am back with another video, and today I wanted to show you guys how I make my inserts. I have been loving making inserts lately, and I like playing around with different kinds of paper. This one is onion skin. I also have tea-dyed recycled paper. I have some parchment paper, some clear print vellum, wrapping paper that I've cut up, and vellum that I've tea-dyed. Oh, and I also have glassine paper. I'm going to show you guys what my current insert looks like. And this is the one I've been using for journaling, and you may have seen it on Instagram. First off, I'm going to go ahead and choose the different kinds of papers that I'm going to be using for this insert. I'm not sure what I'm going to be using this insert for, but I'm just going to go ahead and pick out the paper that I want to be working with. Once I have picked out the paper that I want to use for my insert, I'm going to go ahead and open up the papers. I like to do this because it allows me to see all the different kinds of designs and prints, and it also helps me organize it before I staple the insert. A rule that I like to follow is always to have either vellum or some kind of transparent paper before a print. It just looks nicer, and the print paper kind of gives the vellum paper a background. One process that I did before filming this video is cutting the insert paper to height. And what I like to do is I use a guide from a unused traveler's notebook, or I just rip out the page just to make sure that it's the correct size. I do know that the height of the standard should be 110 millimeters, and that is 11 centimeters. So once I have my pages ready for my insert, I go ahead and pick out a cover. I like to use this craft cardstock. And similar to the pages, I go ahead and cut the insert cover to size or to height. And I just use my Fiskars cutter. I don't really use guidelines or tick marks. I just put my guide page up top, align the cover page, and just go ahead and cut it. I just usually eyeball it and use the guide instead of having to use the tick mark, because I feel like it takes away time. And I'm not really particular about having to make it perfect anymore. I kind of learned to stop doing that. Once I've cut my cover to size, I just remove the perforated part. And then I like to fold the cover. I like to fold my insert cover because I like to use the folds as a guideline for when I am stapling the spine. And you can go ahead and use a rubber band to hold the insert in place while you're stapling, or you could also use a clip, but I just like to hold it down and staple. And if I make a mistake, I just remove the staples and try it again. I am using a Sparco long reach or long arm stapler, and I got this from Amazon for $10. And one thing that I found out about stapling these inserts, especially when you're using vellum, is to give it a quick go. Sorry, you can see my camera moving right there because I may have stapled a little too hard. But I like to just pound the stapler and do it super quickly. I found that doing this helps to bind the insert quicker and better, because if you do it slowly, the vellum is a little slippery, so when you're doing that, the staples not might staple completely and then you're gonna have to redo it again. Once you are done stapling your insert, you can go ahead and grab a cutter. I use my Fiskars 12-inch scrapbook paper cutter. And I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering why I'm using this little dinky scrapbook paper cutter. But it's working for me. I feel that I haven't been making enough inserts to get me a bigger rotary cutter. But anyways, what I like to do is I like to put my guide paper over the insert cover and the insert itself. And once I've aligned that with my cutter, I grab the blade and start from the middle. I don't ever like starting from the outsides because I feel like if I do that, sometimes I don't get a very clean cut, so it rips away the pages. But one very crucial thing when you're cutting, so if you're going to use a paper cutter like mine, make sure that it's aligned and just start going ahead and cutting. While you're cutting, pull out the excess from the pages. Once the blade can't cut anymore, you will want to lift up the lock and hold the insert down. So you can see right here, I am holding down the insert with my right hand and also lifting up some pages that has already been cut so that I can cut the rest of the insert. You want to make sure that you're doing this correctly, because if you move your hand or if you move the insert, you may or may not have a difficult time trying to line it up again to make sure that all the papers are cut nicely. And once you're done cutting your insert, voila! Here you have it, a nice and clean cut insert. Here is a little flip through of my insert that I've made. And if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask me or comment down below, and I would be happy to answer them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that it was helpful. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!